I have to go to the bathroom, so I'll make it quick. It's hard to follow on from Tanisha and Dad, but I'll do my best. There comes a time in everyone's life when they meet their one true love, their soulmate, the person that's going to know and love them for the rest of their lives. And that moment came for Meera 25 years ago when she met me. For those of you who don't know, I'm Meera's younger brother. A few months ago, I was speaking to Meera about tonight, and she said, I don't really want you to speak at my wedding, but you're the only brother I have. So, here we are. Meera and Akash, it's an absolute honor to stand up here today. I couldn't be happier for you both. So glad we can celebrate this day with so many friends and family, not just from around this area, but from around the world. On both sides of the family, we have some Canadians in the house. It's incredible how far some people will travel for a free meal. So let me tell you a bit about my relationship with Meera. We met in the 90s. Tanisha stole that from my speech. At the young age of 1.5 years old, Meera received the best gift she would ever receive. Me. To this day, my parents haven't gotten me anything so beautiful like that, so now you know where the favoritism lies. At first, I think Meera respected me and loved me because she would do courteous things, like give me the last petty faloo, or give me the top bunk when we shared a room. But as years went on, our sibling rivalry began to intensify, and before we knew it, we were fighting over everything. The TV remote, the front seat on the way to school, but most interestingly, my Bob the Builder toys. Dad also stole that from my speech, by the way. So yeah, Meera was walking around the house with a toy chainsaw like a lunatic. I wouldn't wish that sight on my worst enemies. So, I think she thought it was a good idea to get into DIY, but she didn't keep that up because now she's absolutely useless at it. Unfortunately, I would lose most of those battles to Meera growing up, mainly because she was a lot bigger than me. If any of you have seen our childhood photos, Meera was quite chubby, and I look like Mum never fed me. It was quite clear from that age that Meera had the brawn, and I the brains and the good looks, as you can see tonight. But as time went on, she lost weight and I grew bigger, so it seems I got the brawn, the brains and the good looks, and she was left with nothing. I won't make much fun of Meera anymore because it's been a long week for you, and I want you to remember this night as fondly as possible. I may be the more talented sibling, as you know, but Meera has so many great qualities. Just bear with me while I try and think of them. Just kidding. Meera is nearly perfect and has rarely made a mistake. She has always been incredibly organized and has made mature decisions from such a young age. So it was very easy for me to love and respect her from such a young age. She has always been the epitome of sensibility and excellent decorum. The school teachers loved her. They hated me. I think Parents' Evening was her favorite day of the year. And because of that, our parents compared us to each other a lot. So as much as I truly loved you, I really despised you at the same time. But as the years went on, I thought the rivalry was dying and a possible friendship was beginning to brew. I guess I was mistaken though, because one birthday I received a card that said, "Happy birthday, P.S. Mum made me send this." All jokes aside, the relationship that we have grown to have has been incredibly special. I think the turning point was during GCSE. Now, Meera and I went to the same school, and she's only one academic year ahead of me. At the end of the year, I always had a ritual. I'd get all my homework and my books, and I'd throw them in the bin or set them on fire. But Meera kept all of hers. I think it's because she had really fond memories just doing homework. So whenever I needed help, I'd just go to Meera and say, "Get what I need," and she'd find her old books, and there were the exact answers I needed. So after that, it was really easy to like Meera. It's hard to despise someone who does your homework. Let me see, where was I? Yeah, after that, the love between us has truly grown to be unconditional. I'm so grateful to have been blessed with such a beautiful sister, both inside and out, with an incredibly pure and compassionate heart, arguably the best I've ever known. I've known many siblings to not get along, but I'm so lucky to be able to say that she's not only a sister, but one of my best friends too. I think that's enough about Meera and I. Today is about her marriage to the wonderful groom, Akash, my brother-in-law. For those of you that don't know, Meera and Akash met at work. They were both working for Sterling, which is an accountancy firm owned by my dad. So one day, Meera comes home, knocks on my bedroom door and says, "Anuj, I have a problem. This boy from work fancies me, this boy named Akash." And I said, "You're lucky anyone fancies you. What's the problem? What's the problem?" And she said, Meera, forgive me for this. She said, "He's not really my type." So I responded, well, to be honest, knowing how bad Meera's type was in that moment, I knew Akash would be an absolute gem. So all I could say to her was, just go with the flow, see where things take you. You know, what's the worst that can happen? If it doesn't work out, if it gets awkward at work, no problem, Dad can just fire him. There are 2 billion Indians in the world, and I'm sure you can find another accountant. But before I knew it, Akash swept her off her feet and they fell madly in love, thanks to me. After meeting Akash a few times, it was quite clear to me that he was a great match for my sister. He was driven, smart, successful, and rather handsome too. But it wasn't until a few years after that I truly understood how lucky Meera was to have him. One evening, Meera was in Rickmansworth, getting drunk with her friends. You know, now Meera's never been one to handle alcohol well, as you may see tonight. But this was really, really bad. I think Meera experienced what it was for the first time to be blackout drunk. I think a lot of us know how that feels. So, at 11 p.m, I get a call from a friend saying Meera's passed out, and I needed to come pick her up. So I shake my head, get out of bed, and get ready. But then I get a call a minute or two later saying Akash was already on his way. Superhero to the rescue, right? So Akash then calls me saying he needs help getting Meera into the house. You know, she's heavy boned, she doesn't make it. It's pretty hard to carry her on your own. So there we were in the dark. Him carrying Meera by the head and me by the feet while she's unconscious, drooling from the side of her face. And it was in that moment that I realized that there may be millions of Indian accountants in the world, but there's only one Akash Khatri. Here is a man with a beautiful heart, with so much love to offer, who would truly love and protect my sister through thick and thin. I'm so grateful Meera has found someone who will ride the highs and lows of life with her. As a brother, there's nothing more that you would want for your sister than to find a man like him. You know, I'd asked my parents when I was younger to give me a brother. They didn't oblige. But thankfully Meera did, because now I feel like I found an older brother, someone I can truly look up to. Meera and Akash, I wish you two all the best in your life. I love you both. P.S. Mum made me say that. So please let's all raise a glass to the most important